We're two guys talking about dumb stuff. And by the way, if you're here, you already know that. Welcome to the Corrie and Jason podcast.
That is not that was nothing like I expected to start the show with.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Oh, and today we are going to be sponsored by Rolling Rock because why not?
That's gross, dude.
It is gross. And you know why I bought it? Because it was 116 degrees at my house the other day, and I was like, I need something that I don't care anymore. Just cold.
No.
Yeah.
The only people that buy Rolling Rock are the guys that don't want to share their beer.
Exactly.
Because they know you'd be like, hey, can I get a beer? It's like, oh, Rolling Rock? Never mind. I'm good.
You know what? Don't hate on the Rolling Rock because it's extra pale like I am in the winter.
And this may or may not be vodka. Never know.
Well, it is a cougar mug, so it's probably like Mad Dog.
Straight vodka.
Hi, buddy. How was your hot weekend?
Motherfucking hot.
Dude, record heat is like, people are like, it's hot. Dude, there's vinyl houses that the siding was melting.
Oh, I'm pissed, dude. My grapes out back, I have these two grape plants. The leaves look like somebody took a lighter to them. Seriously.
Oh,
half
dude.
of them are brown. My wife had a candle out front, the front door. It melted like all over the place.
We have this umbrella that we had in the backyard, and it's a little, the concrete's kind of heavy. We left it on the grass to cover shade over the pool, and my daughter was playing for a couple of hours. It got so hot, it literally cooked the grass. Perfect circle. I'm not joking. I was like, what?
That's going to come out.
Yeah, I'm going to have to buff that out somehow. I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about lighting it, just killing it all and just reseeding it because it's just gone. So,
dude, I let the dogs out back yesterday, and my dog's high stepping it. I'm like, I put my hand down on the concrete. I'm like, oh shit, that's hot.
Dude,
we got artificial turf in the back.
Artificial.
Hotter than the car.
That would be some interesting stuff. Artificial. Is that what they do with the implants that go bad?
Artificial
turf? No.
Are those artificial or are those real?
You got to squeeze that in a conversation one of these days. Hey, are those artificial? They'll be like, oh yeah, and they'll totally skim right past it, and you'll just keep going. No, it was unbelievably hot. My air conditioner in my car on my way home yesterday, one time the temperature jumped to 119, but I knew that's not right because you're in a car and sometimes the heat from other cars. But I mean, it was consistently between 113 and 116 on my drive home. I could feel the AC. This is like, I can't do anymore. Just try. It was like, I mean, it was cold, but not that cold.
Yeah.
So it was brutal. And then I was like, well, screw it. I'll roll the windows down. And it was like, it was like going into like an oven. It was crazy.
I was riding dirt bikes all weekend.
Oh, I know. We were good. Oh, by the way, everybody that's listening, we did have a side conversation last Friday about possibly doing an on-location weather report on Saturday when it was going to be like 100 before it got to like, Hades level. And it was just too hot. It just was like,
I was miserable, dude.
So, but maybe one of these days we'll do an on-site weather report.
105, 106 at the campground.
You were down
wearing a helmet, pants, jersey, boots, gloves. Dude, miserable.
Dude. But you didn't die.
No, I didn't die.
Yeah.
I didn't break anything. Came back with one piece, not missing anything.
Well, this show would suck monkey balls without you, because it would just be like,
I'm sure you get somebody else to fill in.
no, not right away. At least take an hour to figure that out. Okay, so we got some questions. So for the people that maybe are just now listening for the first time, we've been asking you guys to come up with questions for us to ask for a segment that we like to call, top 5, right? I think that's what we decided to call it, right? So
I thought it was Corey and Jason. I thought it was Corey and Jason answer all the world's problems.
well, that's eventually how it's going to evolve, but that's when we're going to be like on network television. When we jump up to like the big time, like PBS or
the WB network.
Dude, we get to the WB, bro. Or no, it's the CW.
Oh,
I don't think there's no WB anymore. Actually, like you just tell me you're over 40 without telling me you're over 40. You just said the WB.
I got this today. I got this today.
Oh God,
this was fitting. This is how old I am. Oh, you can't see what that is, can you? No,
you can't. Is anybody else? It just looks like white pieces of paper.
Sorry.
Maybe it'll come out. Maybe it'll come out on the final video version, but usually it's pretty. You just wasted our time.
Anyways, it was pictures of bricks of weed.
Oh my God.
That's how old I am.
Yeah. Well,
they used to come in bricks back in my day.
So anyways, we're going to read the top 5 questions that we have, right? I think that's kind of what we're going to go with, but we didn't get that many questions, but we got enough because some of these are pretty good. One of them is kind of boring. Wouldn't you agree, Jason?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the questions that I have, and don't mind me because this is where shit gets really cool. Technology. So we're going to start with the in order of good questions, right? So number 1, this comes from Nelly. She wants to know, she says, question for you nerds. Question for you nerds.
Nelly, like the dude that wears the Band-Aid?
Could be. We could have a superstar, broke a rap star. Didn't he go bankrupt or something? Or he's almost broke. Then everybody started streaming all this stuff.
Was he the one that peed on girls?
No, that was R. Kelly.
Oh, R. Kelly, Nelly.
I pee on you, drip, drip, drip. That's where Dave Chappelle made fun. It was great. So anyways, she wants to know, Star Trek.
Oh, now you're assigning genders.
Well, it's fine because you shut up. Star Trek, Star Wars, or Stargate.
I don't even know what the fuck Stargate is.
Well, then that means that is not your answer.
No.
It's automatically excluded. So Star Trek, Star Wars. If you had to pick between the two.
That's a stupid question, dude.
Well, I think it's a softball question because there's not a wrong answer here.
Of course there is. Anybody that says Star Trek.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the wrong answer.
Yeah. So the correct answer, okay, Star Wars. Moving on to the next, because that was a hard one.
Yeah. That you can't have a show and your leading guy is Jean-Luc. Like, really? What a dork.
Okay. This other one.
Who would you follow into battle? Luke Skywalker or Jean-Luc?
Luke.
Yeah.
Skywalker, because Jean-Luc, that's weird. The guy that played the Riddler in the Flash TV show, that guy.
The Flash.
There's some traffic knowledge. That's some trivia knowledge for you. Yeah. Did you ever watch that show?
Old school Flash?
Old school Flash. No, not Flash Gordon. I'm talking about the Flash. Like there was a TV show for like I think 1 or 2 seasons, and I was like 10, so it was fantastic. Then why is his name dropped like literally off my head? Luke Skywalker,
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. He played the Riddler or something like you know what? I'm probably screwing stuff up. Somebody out there remembers what it was. I'm gonna Google this because I want to know now. because
and this is why I don't drink Rolling Rock.
the hard thing is it's going to be hard to find because now there's an actual Flash show that's popular. Hold on, bear with me here.
Standing by.
Yeah, he was in it. Let's see here. It says his name is James something, but it's not telling me his character. Let's find this. Oh, it doesn't say. It doesn't say, but it's there. This was back from 1991 to 1990 and 1991. But anyways, he played something like the Riddler or some crazy weird dude. But
the Riddler is a Batman character.
No, I know it, but it's all DC Comics. So they tried to like, I could be remembering it incorrectly. I'm not the smartest. I mean, I am drinking Rolling Rock, which if they sponsored us, we would take their money and
I honestly think I've only drinking Rolling Rock one time.
It's just a kind of a light. There's nothing really to it, but I really wanted to get like PBR or Rainier, and nobody had anything because everybody was freaking out over the high heat. So it was like, what else did they have? And I was not going to get a Steel Reserve. So I went with this. I think I made the right choice. You love doing that. Okay.
Steel Reserve over Rolling Rock any day.
You what?
Steel Reserve over Rolling Rock any day.
Dude, no.
Dude, when's the last time you went old school and got like a 40 of Mickey's or Old English?
Old English, it's been a while, but a Mickey's I had a couple of years.
That's what we could do, dude.
Could do that.
We could do Edward 40 hands
during our podcast.
Yeah, both of us to see who.
Oh no,
come
on.
I
don't know, man.
That'd be awesome.
It would be awesome. You know what? Maybe we will. Hey, if you like that idea, I won't put something in the comments. All right.
Edward 40 hands.
Edward
Mickey
40
hands.
hands. All you gotta do in the comments is just
Steel Reserve.
Yeah, vote yes for Edward 40 hands or vote no. And more votes wins, but there has to be at least 10 votes. We're not gonna do any like 3 votes. That's it. Okay. At least there's got to be 10 votes or it's null and void, you bitches. All right.
Oh,
step up your comment game. Don't forget
extra points. Okay? Extra points for the winner, what the winner gets, and what happens to the loser.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Add that in there.
And you're a lot lighter than me, so I think I could absorb those 40s.
You could probably, dude. I can't chug beer, man. There's a dear friend of mine that is a beer drinking champ. He could drink beer like chug beer like nobody's business, right? I can't. Even with the gun to my head, I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. I just can't. I can't just be like,
And neither can I. Those guys amaze me.
Dude, like the people that are just like, and then they burp. Oh, dude, I would just vomit everywhere.
We're like shotgunning beers. What the hell is the point?
Well, I could shotgun a beer. It's just not fast. It just happens.
Hey, who figured that out, though? Hey, I'm going to puncture a hole and then, I mean, why? Why can't you just drink it out of a fucking...
It's the ultimate frat party, bonfire trick, fun, like, you know this guy's been drinking too much, or he's trying to play catch up. That's the one of the two. Either the guy's like, I'm here, it's time to party, I'm late, I worked at McDonald's until 11 and 45 minutes to mop the floor, I'm ready to party, you know? And then he comes in and shotguns 3 beers to get going, right?
That is shit,
or
dude.
There's this dude that's just completely white girl wasted, and he's just like, hey guys, let's shotgun some beers. That's just, those are the 2 guys. Or they're making a TikTok video and they're trying to get likes. They're like, oh my God, I got a new way of making a shotgun and a beer. I'm like, that's not a new way. Just because you use a crayon to open the can does not mean it's the sharp ass crayon. Anyways. Okay, so we're gonna get to the next question. Now, this one comes from our friend Benny Hanna. And holy crap, man, are you trying to give us homework? Because literally, we didn't discuss this thing until like 5 minutes before coming on here. And this is like a lot of research that you're giving to us. Okay, you guys, I'm going to read what Benny Hanna said. He said, question 1, more of a debate related. And this is literally what I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to read it word for word. He says, favorite fast food restaurant, March Madness style, number 1 seed to number 12 seed. Rules, Pacific Northwest, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, locations only. No favorites, seeds dictated by highest revenue. What? You need to look that. I mean, that's 12 restaurants, the top 12 grossing restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. You do the research.
But think about
that. That's the top 12.
Think about that poor hamster that's in there fucking generating the thoughts, dude.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was probably really proud of this. He was like, I got a good question. You guys, hey, look. Oh, hey, he has a second, or he actually has 2 more. And these ones are more like, this is what we're talking about, right? If you want to,
are there even 12 restaurants in the Pacific Northwest? Fast food restaurants?
Taco Time,
Dick's.
I mean, I'm sure he means everything that's everywhere too, or does he mean just? That's what I was saying, like Taco Time, Dick's, like Sonic's everywhere, McDonald's is everywhere, Burger King is everywhere.
El Taqueria de Riconcito.
See. But he had some other little what he probably thought were throw-ins, but these are more like we can really go to town on these. Okay, so we're gonna read his question number 2. Question number 2 is favorite comic and why. Jason, I'll let you go first.
Marknormand, hands down.
Ooh.
He is my most favorite comic right now.
Yeah.
He's quick. It's not dirty. It gets you thinking. He's just hilarious. If you haven't heard of him, highly suggest you check him out. He has. I don't know if I know him either. He put out his own special on YouTube called Out to Lunch.
Oh, you were telling me about this,
dude.
Yeah,
absolutely hilarious.
I think you were telling me about this.
He uploads his fucking. Me and my wife just saw him at Tacoma Comedy Club a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
dude, laughed our ass off. And I follow him on YouTube, so I was fully expecting to hear like shit I've already heard.
Yeah,
his set was completely fresh, dude.
Well, that's what makes a good comic. When you, even if you see the same stuff and you still can laugh because it tweaks it a little bit, or you come out and he just throws new stuff and you're just like, but you know what I mean? Like, so do you have a number 2 besides him?
Probably Tom Segura.
Tom Segura's good. I love Tom Segura. I love him. If you guys don't know Tom Segura, look him up. I think he's got quite a few on Netflix, and I think all over the place.
Him and his wife do the Your Mom's House podcast. Fucking hilarious every Wednesday.
Oh yeah, and they did 2 Bears 1 Cave with. Doesn't he have different people, or is it?
Bert Kreischer, but Bert's filming a movie or some shit, so they're bringing in.
Oh,
okay.
All right. Well, for me, you know, I've got. I mean, I think my all-time favorite comedian. Oh, I mean, it's kind of hard because I got quite a few, but like the first
all time or right now?
No, like,
what was the question? I thought it was right.
The question was, favorite comic and why. It could be either one. So, like, what's your all-time though? Like right now, you give us your right now. So, what's your all-time favorite? Like, just.
I don't know. And, you know, Andrew Dice Clay holds a special place in my heart just because he was so fucking raunchy and I was so young, you know, and I couldn't listen to it, but
yeah, he did some like extreme stuff at the time. Wasn't he like big in was it late 80s or was it early 90s?
Late
or was
80s.
it that whole genre?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was great. So
okay, your turn.
So my turn. So I would say all time, just because I've never watched any of his stuff that not made me laugh really hard, is Bill Burr.
Good one.
That guy, I don't know, like how he has a way of connecting. He says real shit
Yeah.
but he makes it really funny because it's true. Like he's got a bit about how you never can hit a woman, how it's never okay to hit a woman, and how you never, right? And he turns that and makes you go, I mean, you're laughing your ass off and crying when the first time you hear it, but he makes you also thinking. You're like, damn, he's right. You know, so it's kind of like really clever, smart. I mean, he still somehow makes it like fart jokes, but it's not. It's like really like, so like he's up there, but he's also more recent, like in the last 10 years. You know, somebody else that's always made me laugh really hard has always been Dave Chappelle, but he's also got a different reasoning for that. It's not so much for his stand-up, even though his stand-up is pretty good. But his sketch, you know, the Chappelle shows, so it's a different, so you can't really put him on the top like stand-up comedians. And that's what I heard when I read what Jason wrote, which was I'm thinking stand-up comics. And then one of my other ones that's just fantastic is I want to make sure I don't forget his name wrong again, because I always seem to forget it in the last minute, and I'm drawing a blank right now.
Neil Hamburger.
What?
Neil Hamburger.
No. Drew Lynch. That's who it is. Have you heard of Drew Lynch?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Homework, Jason, and anybody else out there. If you haven't heard of Drew Lynch, he is a stand-up comedian that has an extreme stutter.
It's not funny.
No, it's funny because he's got a stutter because he got hit in the neck with a softball when he was like in his early 20s, I think. He tells the story. He was on like America's Got Talent and all this stuff, but he is a genius because he just says, you know what, this is my crutch. I'm going to own this crutch and I'm going to make money doing it. And he is hilarious. I went and saw him at Tacoma Comedy Club. It wasn't last year, pre-COVID, when you could actually be around people.
I don't even remember far back.
Yeah, but we went and saw him. I mean, I couldn't stop laughing. And he is tiny. He is the smallest human being on planet Earth. He is small, man. But you never would think this. I mean, he is short and he is just slender. I was like, dang. I got on stage and I was like, I'm sitting down and we're at eye level. And I'm not a tall dude. But he's not like, you know, one of those little people. He's a dude and he's just tiny. But he is hilarious. If you check him out, Drew Lynch.
Wrote it down.
If you don't remember his name, just remember stuttering comedian. And it will come up. And he's got bits where he like interviews with does these podcasts with his dog. And he does it and does his thing. And when I mean he stutters, he's got stutters. Then he's got a version of his podcast where he takes out all of his stutters.
How the hell do you do that?
I don't know. It's
like auto.
If you watch it with the stutters and then immediately watch it without the stutters, you just literally like can't stop laughing. Like you're like, oh my gosh, he's because he's like, but all the stutters are out. It's fantastic.
Is the phone just ringing?
I don't know.
Do we have a caller?
We might have a caller. Let's see. This is Corey. I'm sorry, who's this? Oh, I'm not interested. Thank you.
They didn't have a question?
That was no, it was not I was hoping. My spirits. See people? Bring it. That could have been a magical moment. We could have made cinematic history on the YouTubes, on the internets. But no.
Next question.
The next question. Okay, so we answered the comedian thing. I know there's more, but like comedians are awesome. Keep doing the thing. The next one he had was best concert you've ever attended.
Oh, dude.
All time. No matter, look,
think
think of it this way. Think of it this way. It could be it could have a special meaning in your heart because somebody you always wanted to see and took you forever, or you saw them when you were young, you never got a chance to see them again, and you just whatever. Just think of it that way, like, or just the best show. Because I know you and I have been to a lot of shows. Like, you've probably been to way more than I have, but I've been to my share.
I don't know, man.
Taylor Swift concerts.
Yeah, I've seen Taylor Swift.
I bet you have. Your daughter probably made you go.
Yeah.
Because she is a total Taylor Swift fan.
Oh, dude. You know me, I'm a big fucking Lamb of God fan.
I know. I am too. I think that's what
however,
years ago.
However,
I
mean, I've seen Bublé, and he puts on a damn good show.
Yep. Oh, that's the one we were talking. That's a sore place for me. Dark place.
Dude, I seen Rage Against the Machine at the Hollywood Palladium in Southern California.
What year?
I have never ever seen a crowd in unison, just the whole place just boom up in the air the whole time. Zach De La Rocha was just skipping across the stage. It was.
What year was that?
I was in high school, I think.
So like what?
95, 94,
1960. What?
Somewhere around there.
I don't think you heard me, but it's okay.
What you said?
I said, what was it, 1968? That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So for me, I've seen quite a few shows, and I mean, we've talked about this. I love all types of music, but some of the best shows to go to and are hard to beat are rock shows, right? A show that I will always appreciate what I saw, because at the time it was massive, but I didn't really realize. So I went to the Up in Smoke tour back in 2000. It was Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Exhibit, Warren G, Eminem, and dude, so this was back in 2000. So you got to understand, I'm like
the year 2000.
In the year 2000. I was 17 years old, I think. 17 years old, 18 years old, 19, 18. I was 19 years old. God damn it. 19 years old. And at this point in my life, I would say I was still a little sheltered, right? I hadn't really got out. I know it sounds crazy, but that's something to talk about later.
All this time I thought you were from the streets.
I am now, dog. You know, things got hard for me, dog. 2001, shit got real. Seriously, there's stories. Anyways, so I'm at Up in Smoke. I'm a huge Dr. Dre fan. And then Eminem came on the scene. And so Eminem's huge, right? And this is before Eminem's like, you know, Eminem's Eminem now, but he had just really started. And that's when Chronic 2001 album hit. And it was just like, right? So we went. We're sitting, it's at the Tacoma Dome, sitting on the sides, right? No big deal. Decent seats, but not the best. I'm 19 years old. My buddy still owes me money for that show, but whatever.
What a dick.
To this day, Paul. He's never going to watch this. And if he does, $98.50. Thank you. Anyways, the show starts. The lights go down, right? No big deal. See this all the time. Oh yeah, what's up? It's like, I don't even know what they played. Doesn't even fucking matter. The lights come back on, and it was like the amount of smoke that had come up off the crowd that was just on the floor alone was like, I thought it was a fog machine. Nope.
No.
Nope. They didn't check anybody coming in, right? This is 21 years ago. They didn't check anybody coming in with anything, right? Which is unheard of nowadays. Nobody coming in, they didn't care. They made sure to make an announcement halfway through the concert that you cannot leave with anything. You are walking out with anything, we will take it from you, you'll go to jail. I was like, wait, I thought, what? They would give crap. You could smoke.
Be careful driving home.
I think it was a deal that like the record label made with the venue, saying like, we want our people to like be able to smoke and have a good time, and like it'll be a better show because of it. I mean, everybody's going to cut loose from it. But I've never seen a of smoke just like billow up, and like the lights came on. I was just like, oh my, like, you know how big the Tacoma Dome is, right? The whole floor, not an empty seat in the house. And it's just like, and it was like, the rest of the night we were all hotboxing it, because that is how much weed was being smoked in there.
Little
Like,
white kid from Lake Sammamish sticking out like a sore thumb.
that's where you think I'm from?
I was just trying to think of the whitest place I know. Like,
Wow.
it was either Bellevue, Issaquah, or Lake Sammamish.
Yeah, yeah.
Bothell,
No,
Woodinville,
no.
no, Redmond.
Mm-mm. You're way off. Even whiter. Well, not anymore. I don't. Huh?
Enumclaw?
Gig Harbor, dog.
Oh shit!
That's what I'm talking about. I'd say born and raised, but I lived in Compton until I was like 6, dog. That's where I got the hardcoreness. That's where I got the thick skin. Grew up on Cushman Street. Know about no Cushman Street.
Strength of street knowledge.
They had to deport me out to Gig Harbor because I was too hard. Yeah. They were like, get this guy out of here. He's 6-year-old. He's about to tear this up. So I was like, all right, I'll take it out there and get it. And I did. Anyways, so yeah, Up in Smoke was great. But I think my all-time favorite show that I've ever been to was, I think it was the second time that I went and saw Avenged Sevenfold. I don't know if you've ever seen Avenged Sevenfold. They can put on a show, and they had kind of got big. And so went to the show, and I think they played Walmart Theater, and then they played White River Amphitheater. And I think it was the first time they played. I think White River just opened pretty close to that. Dude, I cannot. It was just the highest amount of energy that I have ever seen on a stage from guys, and it was just. I'm not saying it's the best show I've ever been to. It's the most fun, I always will remember it, because the whole place was like you were saying about like Rage Against the Machine, which I know it probably doesn't even match this, right? But the whole entire time, people were like into the show, and it was like the cover band, or not the cover bands, but the opening acts and everything. Oh, I just remember it being fantastic. But a slight second is when I went and saw Kesha, dog.
Wait, I thought Avenged Sevenfold was second.
No, that was first. That was the second time I saw them. I've seen them multiple times. It was the second time I ever saw them.
You never said your best show first? I thought you said something already.
Yeah,
you said Up in Smoke.
Stop listening to me.
You went to Up in Smoke and then Avenged Sevenfold.
No, Up in Smoke was just one I will always remember. God damn it. I'm trying to fill this audio and this video with just goodies and nuggets of brilliance, and you're over here going, what? Did you do the dishes? And I'm like, no, I haven't done the dishes. I've been sitting here talking to you this whole time. Like, I thought you were listening to me, and I'm sitting here.
I am. Well, I'm funny. You said it was a strong second, but then you had mentioned 1, 2.
You know what? Maybe I did. And you know what? If I did, go ahead and eat a dick.
Yeah. Fucking get shit on, dude. Whatever.
Okay. I'm right on that. But no, the close second, or you know what? Whatever. Here's another one. Whatever number it is, it's when I saw Kesha. And it wasn't because of Kesha. And I actually didn't even go to that show to see Kesha. I went to that show because opening for Kesha was LMFAO. And I was like, okay, I got to see these guys. And they were, dude, they were insane. Like, it was so funny. The whole time, all you could do is smile and laugh, because they're just out there, party, like doing robots coming across the stage, just being stupid. Like, there's this lady in front of us, never forget this, to this day. This girl was sitting on the shoulders of her boyfriend or whatever, and she's sitting there, she's wearing like the skimpy skirt and like these tight things, whatever, and that was all great and fine and everything, except for she had a little string hanging out from her undercarriage.
Yeah. Hey, bro, you got a red spot on your back of your neck.
I think I saw it, and this was my reaction. I'm just sitting there like, party rock is in the house. I was like, oh shit, dude. And then it was like wildfire. Everybody was like, oh,
Hey, look at that. Hey, look at that.
and everybody was like, oh, look at the number. I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, I feel really bad. But then I was like, no, I don't. Because she is sitting on this dude's neck. I feel bad for him.
Dude, if I was there, I would have went and tugged on it.
Dude, it was so bad.
Dude, imagine he go tug on it. She was like, what the fuck?
My friends that were with me, the girls that were there, they were mortified at first. They were like, oh my gosh. But then we're like, oh my gosh. And whenever we reconnect or talk, we don't talk very often, they moved away and stuff. But every time we like somehow on social media, hey, how's it going? Or share a memory, I'll be like, hey, remember that LMFAO concert? They're like, yep, the girl with the string. So that's a moment of it. But like the show itself was awesome. Now, the thing is with Kesha, she came out on stage and she was not very good. And I felt bad because people were like,
that's shocking.
No, well, I say that to say this. Now that you know everything years later about what she was going through, I'm like, did you not hear about any of that?
No.
Oh, like she was like being like, I don't know all of it, but like she was her manager was like being very inappropriate, taking advantage of her on the regular. And like blackmailing her into this and stealing money from I don't know all of it, but like she went like black and she had a contract. She couldn't say a word for years. And so she literally just stopped and she had to wait. I think I could be completely making this up. I mean, you could look it up, but like she went through some really bad stuff. And
that sucks.
Yeah. So, but then she came through it and she put out some songs and stuff and sounds like she's doing better, but like, you hear about that later, I was like, oh man, I feel bad. Like people started walking out like, you suck. Because it was just like, you could just see she had no energy. And then you think about it, like, you go back and you're like, oh, now I'm the asshole. I should have stayed there and like gave her more money. Or a hug. Felt bad. But anyways, okay. So the most important, Jason, email that we need to discuss on this podcast. This came to us this afternoon, or actually earlier today, about 8 something. And then immediately when I saw this email, I sent it to Jason and I said, we have a fan. Now, Jason challenged everybody in the last episode to, send in an email. If you can use, what was the word you used for, if you didn't want to use your real name, what was the word you used, Jason?
Pseudonym.
Yeah, pseudonym. So somebody took that idea and completely ran with it. Okay. So Jason, do you want to read part of this or do you want me to read it? How do you want to do this? Because
I wish we were smart enough to know how to well, can you share your screen? Is there any way to
yeah, let me figure that out. And let's see here. I mean, I know how to share the screen. Might have to
just pull up if you pull up the email and then just hit share screen. Oh, dead air. We gotta fill dead air.
That's fine. Eat a dick.
Here, I got a question for you.
Okay, go for it.
What's your Wi-Fi password?
What's my Wi-Fi password? Yeah, I can't tell you that because otherwise you'll be like the creepers that pull up into our neighborhood trying to like look into our windows and steal our Wi-Fi.
All right, here's another one. Where is the most embarrassing? All right, never mind. You're sharing your screen.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see this. Don't read too far ahead. But I'm going to read it to you. This comes from Hareman's.
No, it comes from Kankle.
No, that's the email address.
I
But
thought the subject was Hareman's.
maybe. I don't know. You know what?
Yeah, because he
Hareman.
signs it loves Kankle.
Hold on. This comes from Kankle_59009. I wanted to point out to you, Jason, a certain somebody helped discover this hidden gem in this email. Do you remember playing with calculators in school?
Yeah, that's what I was doing because you told me earlier that So I turned it upside down, and sure enough,
What does it
boobs.
say? What does
Boobs.
59009 say?
Boobs.
Boobs. So this is from kankleboobs. Okay.
I love
And
boobs.
whoever wrote this knows who they are. We cannot figure out who this. We thought we knew. We are not right. I have one more.
What is proton mail though? I've never even heard of proton mail.
And somebody went deep into the dark web, so they could never be found. That's my only guess. Okay, so I'm going to read it to you guys if you haven't read it already. I listened to your podcasts yesterday. Make laugh. Have question.
Question.
Question. If you are hairy men's bear animal, beast in forest, so much hairs on neck, back, lettuce, and arm, shoulder, where you shave to, where good place to stop. Loves Kankle. Now, either we just made fun of somebody that's genuinely sending this, or somebody is brilliant. So to you out there that wrote this email, kudos to you, because god damn, I was laughing so hard.
Hey, well, answer the man's question.
I don't know.
Are you hairy?
No, I'm not.
Oh, really?
No, I got a little couple little tassels, and then
I'm a hairy bastard.
I mean, I've got like some little hair on the legs, and then everywhere else.
Oh, trim the bush makes the tree look bigger.
Hey, that's what I got to do it. Hey, boy. Anyways, I'm joking. Or am I? But yeah, I don't know where to start.
I got another question.
I just can't get over the genius of how that email had to have been thought through. So for everybody else out there, take notice. Somebody has just set the goddamn bar. And it's set really fucking high. It's really high.
Encrypted email.
Like, it's like, that is just, what in the world is that? Like,
and they're based in Geneva, Switzerland.
They had to do that though. There's no way. If this is a real email, seriously.
I've
Mr.
never heard of proton mail.
Hey, Mr. Kankleboobs, if you are not pulling our leg and that was a genuine, serious email, I sincerely apologize. But there's no fucking way that that's real. There's no way. Otherwise, man, you should be a stand-up comedian. And I'll come see it. You talk how you type, and your name's Kankleboobs.
I am hairy man's. And I don't stop shaving. You just got to knock it down. You know,
yeah, you just
keep it trim.
I mean, that's why I can't answer the question, because I don't understand.
Well kempt.
Now that you explain that, now I get it. Now I understand. Oh, if you had hair. Look, I got a little hair. A tiny bits here. I got a little, not much.
Speaking of hair in different places, are you circumcised?
I am.
Let me see. I don't believe you.
Well, that's not really my ween. That's not my ween. That was a pen.
That's not the wang dang doodle.
It's not the wang dang doodle. I don't think you can put your penis on YouTube, because we talked about this last week when we got everybody to look at their phone real quick. When you were like, Corey, you're not supposed to show your penis on YouTube. Everyone's like, because I know there's a bunch of people that are like, oh, hey, oh. Because, you know, we've got to keep them chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
So,
fucking kankleboobs.
Yeah. Now we are going to go into where we ask each other a question. Is that okay? Can we still do that?
Do
you
sure.
get prepared for this one?
Not really.
Huh?
Not really.
That's fine. I will ask you my question first, and that will give you an opportunity to think of a revenge question. I mean, a comeback question, or I mean, a question of your own that you come up on the ready.
It scares me.
Okay, well, if I could get this thing to actually not crash on me. Jeez, technology. Okay. What is something that you would never eat, but is very popular with other people? This is not an original question. I've seen it somewhere and I couldn't remember. I was like, that's a good question, actually, for a lot of people in this world to answer.
Tofu.
Tofu. Is it because you don't like tofu, or you're just like, I don't see the point? I'm going to eat chicken, steak, and bacon.
I don't see. I mean, the word doesn't sound delicious. The look of it doesn't look delicious. I mean, I don't know if it's popular, but I wouldn't eat it. There's a lot.
It's a very popular thing. There's a lot of people that eat it as a meat substitute, but is that popular? There's a lot of Asian cuisine too, because it's also the same thing. It's kind of a filler, but
there isn't much I wouldn't eat.
No, that's true.
Oh, ass. I don't eat ass.
That should have been your first answer. That would have been way better.
That's what I'm thinking. Well, because there's some folks that give me a hard time about that, but dude, poo comes out of there. That's disgusting.
We call it dookie.
It's gross.
Yes, it is very gross. Okay,
no topping sound for me.
Here's another one. What is a food that no matter how many times you've tried to make it at home, it's just always better when you get it at a restaurant or something? You know what I mean? Like it's just either that or it would be way too much work to recreate it at home, and it would never be as good.
I don't know, dude. I do a lot of cooking. I do most of the cooking.
I
do all the cooking in my house.
You know, the one thing I can never ever duplicate and get just quite right, and I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're not doing it right." Whatever. I'm sure there's a way of doing it, but I want to pick the effort, right? And it's Chinese food. And you know why? Because they've got all those little ingredients and things and this and that, and you have to buy all this stuff. You know what it takes to really, really, really make good Chinese food? You need like 60 ingredients.
Really? I thought you just need a whole lot of sodium. A ton of sodium.
No. Good. You know what? One of my favorite dishes of all time, a Chinese restaurant. This is why I will judge a Chinese restaurant on this: how good their kung pao chicken is. If their kung pao chicken is good, I will start eating. I'll come back. If it's not good, I'll be like, next.
Dude, I wish I could make Mongolian beef.
That's another one. You couldn't try. If you ever find a place that makes it good, you just go there. You don't go, I'm gonna try to do this and get those little crispy noodles and shit. No, you ain't gonna do it. Too much goddamn work. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can make a burger at home.
Yeah,
you can make homemade pizza. Some people have the pizza oven. Like, I've made a delicious steak. I would argue that some of my steaks are better than anything I've ever had at restaurants. I have had some that are good at restaurants, but I've never gone and been like, this is the best steak I've ever had. And I've been to some very nice places.
Have you ever been to like a John Howie or anything like that?
Yeah, and it's good, but it's like,
yeah, but you know what caught me off guard my first time?
What's that?
Then the waiter comes up and he goes to put the napkin in my lap. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Don't touch my wing. Is that what you said? Don't touch my wing.
And the guy next to me is like, hey, it's okay. You know,
he's like, he's not going to touch your weenus. I promise you.
And then one of the guys ordered like lamb chops or something. They come over with this leather booklet, and the guy opens it up and has a bunch of knives in it. And they let the guy fucking choose which knife he wanted. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
dude. So there's restaurants that do their thing. There's restaurants you're not getting anything special, right? That's the one thing that we all need is food, right?
Yeah.
So when you find a place that does something really well, you go back to it, right?
Yeah.
There's one restaurant that I don't think has done anything well in 20 years, except for one thing, and still it's popular as ever. Any guesses?
Dick's.
No.
Little Caesars.
That's not a bad one because people still go there for some reason. When I would argue they're better in the early 90s than they are today. But it's just me. No, McDonald's. Have you been to McDonald's lately? Mother of God. Mother of God. You know what the one thing that they do that's well?
McDouble.
No, chicken nuggets. Their chicken nuggets Their chicken nuggets are still. You can argue me on. If you're gonna have a chicken nugget, that's where you get it.
No.
Yes. Where else you going? Don't tell
Chick-fil-A.
me Burger King. What?
Chick-fil-A.
Well, they're not chicken nuggets though. There's a like, you know what I'm talking about. Shut up.
I don't know.
Chick-fil-A is good. All the stuff at Chick-fil-A, all the chicken is good.
No, to me, it could just be me.
Yep.
But McDonald's oil, whatever they cook the nuggets in and fries in, has changed, and it leaves a weird aftertaste.
You know why? They got rid of the beef fat that they used to have in them because somebody found out there's beef fat when they were making their fries. It's actually what like made them really good. Because if you go back to before they made the switch, I think this was like 10 years ago. So somebody sued them, a vegetarian, somebody probably from somewhere from Seattle, sued them and was like, yeah, there's beef fat in here. I'm a vegetarian. I'm suing you for $10 million. And they won. And so McDonald's had to take their beef fat out of it. Like, and it was like the smallest thing, like stupid as shit. Which brings me to this. You know what? I was thinking about this earlier. You know why our society is so like crazy weird and all the stuff going on? But you could talk about politics or this or that or all these movements and things and whatever. You know what started all this? The bitch that sued McDonald's when she spilled the coffee in her crotch because she's dumb. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. She started all this because then all of a sudden people were like, dude, if she could sue for that, I'm going to find something. And everybody since that day has been suing about the dumbest shit. That's why you have warning labels on everything. Everything you have has got a warning label. Like this plastic bag, do not eat it.
It takes one person to fucking do something stupid and then it fucks it up for the rest of us.
Dude, I heard of a guy. My wife was telling me the story about this dude broke into this house and was like in his daughter's bedroom or something. I think it might have been here. I don't remember the story. You guys out there might have heard the story, but apparently it's brand new. He broke into the house or snuck into the house and was like in his daughter's bedroom. And the stepdad or the dad, I don't know, like found out, and he like rightfully so went in and shot the dude.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah, and he died. He's getting charged for shooting a guy in his house, a grown man that was in his 10-year-old daughter's room. What is wrong with the society? Like, okay, you could be on whatever fucking side you are, but if you're on that side, go ahead and stop watching the podcast right now because you ain't no friends.
You can't be on our side anymore.
No, man. Like I normally can see both sides, but that is a hard one to get on. Like, there's another one where this dude was in his house and they were like, he was robbing him, and then the dude ran out, and as he's running out the door, the guy got shot. And this guy survived. The dude that got shot, that was robbing and stealing from his house, is suing him
because he had his back turned.
Yep. Because what happened is the dude like threw something and then he turned and he said, "Oh, that's because I was running." You can't prove it. The attorney that takes that case and is gonna take that, dude. Like, we live in the craziest world, right? Like, I'm not saying that I know all these facts. I could have the story wrong, but McDonald's bitch. Thank you. I hope your $2 million. You know what? She's probably not even alive anymore. She probably took that $2 million and bought a bunch of coffee and spilled it on her crotch. She can't have children. Her family tree is dried up.
Hopefully, we don't want people like that.
No, it's all her fault. I blame her. I don't even know her name. Doesn't matter because everybody knows who I'm talking about. Everybody. And she's like, I'm broke, strung off on heroin. Or maybe she, started TikTok or some shit. I don't know. Maybe maybe she got with that guy from last week that started Winco. She's like, I don't want to touch stuff. It burns you. Let's start a grocery shopping where you don't have to check anybody out. They bring it to you. You scan it with gloves on and then make them put it in bags. That's her. No? I thought it was funny, but you're not laughing that hard, so apparently I suck. So let me make a note. Corey is not funny today. Oh, here's another thing. Hold on.
I got another question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Where's the most embarrassing place you've ever farted?
Oh, in PE class, 8th grade.
That was quick. 8th grade?
Yeah. I will never forget it. I was sitting next to the girl. at the time, the girl of my dreams. Her name was Sarah. She was like, to me in this moment in my life was like, there was nobody more gorgeous, right? Her name was Sarah. And we were stretching in PE class, doing the Indian, like the I don't know, Indian style sitting. I know they call it something else now because you can't say like,
crisscross applesauce.
What? Yeah, like that. But you're doing like the one where your feet are together and you're pulling your feet up, whatever. And I was like, like, and then we're on like the basketball court, and it's not just that Sarah heard it. Like my whole 8th grade class.
And everyone's like, oh,
and I was at a point in life. I was at a point in life. But I was at a point in life where that normally wouldn't have bothered me, but I was thrown off my game because my angel was over here. And that's what ruined it for me, I'm pretty sure. So anyways, one of the things I wanted to point out in this episode, a couple of things that I wanted to make sure I pointed out, like we've tried on a couple of these jokes and punchlines. We tried to like spoon feed them to you guys because I've discussed with a few people that I know, and I talked to them about a few things, and they were like, I didn't get that. I had to break it down for them. And then they were like, oh. And so this certain individual, I told her, and yes, I said her because she knows who I'm talking. She already knew I was talking about her as soon as she saw this. So this is us spoon feeding you today. If you have any questions about today's podcast, go ahead and send me an email. Send Jason an email and say, will you please elaborate on said joke at minute, blah, 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 second, blah, 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 and through, and then we will respond accordingly.
Maybe next week we can take our socks off and put them on our hands like puppets to explain them to her.
Yeah, I mean, that might work. And so before we're done, because I think we've covered quite a few things, there was a couple of memes that came my direction this week that I wanted to read and share with a few of you. I think one of these or two of these might have come from you. Let's see if I can find it. I'm saving somewhere else now. What the hell? What the hell? Sorry. Stall.
What do you call a male ladybug?
Bitch. No. Oh, I don't know why I can't like use my phone all of a sudden.
What's the sexiest name you've ever heard? Like you hear this name and you're just like, oh yeah, she has to be hot.
Amanda. You know why?
Points, bro.
Because she is. Smoke show.
I'd agree. I'd agree.
Tell me I didn't hit out of my league on that one.
Way over your average, dude.
I thought I was dreaming. For like,
I still am, dude. I look, I'm like,
how? What in the shit? Hey, see, it helps to be funny sometimes. The smoking hot chicks like funny dudes. Like you didn't even laugh at all. So that Jesus, I can't find. Oh, here it is. Sorely missed Victorian slang. Ready? Number 8. Giggle mug. Always smiling. Okay? Apparently slang from the Victorian era. Bitch the pot.
What?
Pour the tea.
Bitch the pot.
Pour the tea. Yeah. Okay.
Pitch or bitch?
Bitch. Bitch. Bitch the pot, pour the tea. I'll send this to you. You don't believe me. Got the morbs. Temporary sadness is what it's supposed to mean. Okay. Let's get better. Tight as a boiled owl. drunk.
Okay.
Right? Poked up. Any guesses? Wrong. Embarrassed. This is where it gets good. This is
Wrong.
the one that I lost my mind. Okay. Tell me what you think it is. By the way, this is sorely Miss Victorian slang. Sauce box.
It has to be titties.
No, sauce box. The mouth. No joke.
Oh, I thought you said sauce pots.
No, box. Sorry, I gotta enunciate better. Sauce box. The mouth. That could still be used and people would know what you're talking about. Okay. Cupid's kettle drums.
Wait, hold on. Go back. Sauce box. It sounds like somebody, like something from some Italian from New York. Hey, shut your sauce box.
We're going down to sauce box to get some pasta and beef. You know what I mean? You want to get some pastrami.
Bafangu. You and your sauce box. Hey.
Your sauce box. All right. Cupid's kettle drums. Like, some of these makes no sense at all, and that's why it's funny.
Buttocks.
Huh?
Your buttocks.
No. Breasts.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, you were. I saw it in your eyes. Not up to dick.
Not up to dick. Bored.
Oh, close. Unwell.
Oh.
So these are like, apparently, I don't know. Maybe somebody just made this and it's not like somebody was like, I'm gonna say this is real. I didn't fact check this shit. So don't tell me. I mean, hey, you know what? Put it in the comments. If you're like, fact check, you're wrong. This is actually what it is. You stupid bitch. I'll be like, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. As you can see, we're trying to push you guys to comment and feedback and tell us when we're being stupid. Tell us when we've been talking too much, like we are right now. But you know what? We can do that.
Or I say we take a page out of the Iron Sheik's book. You follow the Iron Sheik on Twitter?
I do not, but it sounds like I need to.
You have to.
The Iron.
You remember the wrestler, the Iron Sheik? You watched WWF as a kid?
Oh yeah. I didn't retain all that because like
he's on Twitter, dude.
Oh my gosh. What did it say?
Well, he likes to tell people to go fuck themselves.
Okay.
That is like the whole. That's his shtick. Let's see, tweets and replies.
Oh man, I got one for you while you're looking for it. You ready for a question? This came from one of our viewers. You want it? You want it? Okay. It's the question. Do you like to take your shirt off before and while shitting? We all know the answer is yes.
That all depends, dude.
Actually, the answer is who doesn't, right? Isn't that the right answer?
I mean, I've seen that meme before. Like, you ever shit this bad where you have to take off all your fucking clothes and you're just doubled over?
Well, that's different. Talking about Tuesday, regular routine.
So you're at the office and you got to take a grumper, dude. And you go in there and you're like, pull my shirt off, hang it on the hook.
Like the hungry hippo. What was his nickname?
They're fucking, oh. Oh.
That's good stuff right there. Yeah, man. Well, I mean, hey, everybody out there that's been following us and listening to us, tell your friends, share this with everybody. We're just trying to spread the wealth of funniness and stupidness. I know some of these episodes are going to be funnier and funnier and funnier. And at one point you're going to be like, how in the world can you guys keep this going for so long? And what our response will be to you is like, hey, you know what? Are you shocked really? No, you shouldn't be, because we are just geniuses in our own right of being able to blabber and talk and share stories. So we thank you. If there's anything that you would like to see, keep giving us the questions, keep giving us feedback. And again, don't forget, there's Edward 40 hands. We need the votes, though.
And
There's not more than 10 votes.
We're still trying to come up with a name too.
Oh, yes. We didn't get a chance to talk about it much this weekend because of Jason being out of town, and then it being hot as a fucking monkey balls around here. But we're still debating the names. We're starting to try to design logos and kind of trying to see what things work best for us. So we still want to keep getting feedback from you guys. We've had a couple of ideas that we've thrown out there. If you've got a suggestion, put it down in the comments, right? Go ahead, and also if you have any questions, our email's down there. I'm going to put it down here at the bottom again, like I did last week, and probably some other little shiny things over here, and maybe some butt cheeks in the left corner of Jason's. Don't ask me how I got that picture. I don't remember that night. So but anyways, so just keep giving us stuff. We're gonna keep doing this as long as people are listening and watching and feedback. So we appreciate you. Jason, by the way, I forgot to say earlier, I meant to point out your shirt. I think it is awesome. So I don't know what that is, if it's a real brand. If it is, kudos.
It is.
That is pretty awesome. And I don't know how long it took people to notice it, but I meant to actually mention it in the very beginning, but then I got distracted by Jason's beautiful eyes. I hope that comes up as one of the ones we can use for the thumbnail for the video. So that'd be great. But hey, I don't know, Jason, you got anything else for anybody?
No.
You want to promote any of your stuff?
Huh?
I'm going to be performing this weekend at my house. I'm going to be barbecuing some hot dogs, or as I like to call them, barbecuing some wings. One of these days I'm actually going to do that and open invite for anybody that wants to come and just see how many people show up. If you would do and come to something like that, go ahead, put it in the comments.
Hey, and oh shit.
What?
Am I here next week? Yeah, I'm here next week. But the week after that, I won't be. I'll be in California.
Yeah.
So we try to do this, just for the people that know us, we try to do this in between 8 and 9 p.m. Pacific time.
Yep.
If you have our phone number.
Yep.
Yeah.
Between 8 and 9 on Tuesdays for sure.
Yeah.
We will always do Tuesdays from 8 to 9 Pacific time. And if either of you, anybody calls, that's why I answered my phone, and that telemarketer was like, "Hi, would you like to know if you want?" But no, I'm not interested. As soon as I knew it wasn't real, because the guy was really nice at first. Bitch. Anyways, so this is an open invitation to all of you listeners out there. Tuesdays from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you have either Jason or my phone number, right? If you call in that time, we will.
You better come correct though, because we will gong you.
Yes, we will gong you, hang the fuck up on your ass. Now, it also is first come, first serve. So let's say we're in 10 minutes of the show, right? And we get a ring a ding dong, like ring ding dong, ring a ding 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 dong, right? And we're taking it, and we're like, "Hey, what's up? What's up, boo boo?" And we're going, and then somebody else decides to ring in. We're gonna F you button you real quick. First come, first serve. Unless somebody better calls in, and we just decide we're done. What? We can just move on. You know what? You can be like, "Oh, this is the greatest guest we've ever had," and then we'd be like, "Oh, sorry, Horatio's calling." Boop. Bye, bitch. Or we might do a four-way on, I don't know how we do that. Somebody called my phone and somebody called your phone. Ooh, shit could get wild. I got to figure out a way to hook our phones up to our, man, yeah, we
just
got
got
some
to put it on
homework.
speaker. Just got to make sure
Well, yeah.
you don't put the screen so they can't see the number.
No. But if it's on speaker, but if I have somebody on my phone and you have somebody on your phone, and it's like, like
I know you can't.
stupid in a heartbeat. And just if you are calling, if you do call in and you want to be known as anonymous and you don't want us to use your name on the air, make sure you tell us this in advance, like text us like, hey, I'm going to call, and give us your name of what you want to be called. And then you could set up your alias. Your name could be Horatio, like I just said, right? Your name could be Captain Stompy Pants. I don't give a shit. You could be like, hey, my name is Bean Dip. Hey, what do you, baby? Do you, right? I'll call you Bean Dip. That's gets you on the air. If you want to change your voice and talk like a, somebody with Downs, that go right ahead. I don't care. No judgment, because some people's identity is good. And this goes back to the email. I will say again, props to kankleboobs. I mean, it's amazing. And I'm probably going to print that out and frame it and put it on my wall in my office.
And hey, kankleboobs, you could be a regular. You could be the next. You could be the next Beetlejuice.
It could be. But now you just pitter patter. Let's get at her. I want more. So again, thank you everybody. Kankleboobs. The award of the week goes to you. Maybe one day I'll find out who you are, and maybe if it's not me, then Jason will. And when that day comes, if it's tomorrow or next week or 10 years from now, I know at one point we will find you out, and at that moment we will have a good chuckle. We'll be like, remember when you did that? Or we'll see how good you are at keeping a secret, because if I was me, I wouldn't be able to hold it in that much longer, especially after hearing us gloat about how fantastic you are. You'd be like, oh, it's me. I should check my phone tomorrow morning and see if I got a text message from this person saying it's me. Or I'll probably get one from a new number that's like, this is kankleboobs. Put me in your phone. Like this, I wouldn't be surprised if you went out and bought a burner phone just so you could do that, because that's the level that this person put into this.
Like, I know, again, proton mail. Never heard of it.
I don't even know what it is. Did you make? You know what? This person like created an email
developed by CERN and MIT scientists. Your data is encrypted in a way that makes it inaccessible to us.
Oh, so somebody knows. Somebody knows. Well, kankleboobs, thank you. Our hats are off to you.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Peace out. Subscribe, like. See you guys later. Peace.
Deuces.
Deuces.